This car's interesting in CDT statistics-wise. It's the second Mitsubishi added to the game, and the first one for like 4 years. And it's also one of like, I think, 10 front-wheel drive cars in the game. So, should make it interesting, right? Let's find out. Hello everyone, welcome back to CDT. It is me, Ditto, and today we're going to be reviewing the Mitsubishi Eclipse. Tuned, because it's a class 1 car and it does like 126 miles an hour standard, so, you know, because it's a free car, you'll probably have enough money going spare to tune it. Anyway, this is actually from a Fast and Furious movie. I think it's Tokyo Drift. Or it might be one of the... I think it's one of the ones in, like, the best 3, the original 3. Don't count me to this, though, because I don't watch Fast and Furious. I need to, but I haven't. Anyway, in fact, a little thing about this in the Fast and Furious movies, which is going to also cause some interest in CDT. They drift this a lot in the Fast and Furious movies, but they have to use lift-off oversteer because this is front-wheel drive. Now, I don't know why Mitsubishi went to all the effort of making a really cool and stylish coupe and then making it front-wheel drive, because it means you can't, you know, properly drift it. You can't. It would probably understeer in real life. It's going to take a lot of mechanical engineering to make it good. So, it was an interesting choice, but the Eclipse is actually a car I like a lot. I even don't mind the slightly immature body kit and paint job. Although, to be fair, I do prefer the standard version, but that's because I'm weird. Now, here's a trick in CDT you can do with this car that you can also do with any front-wheel drive car in real life, I believe. Just don't, because it will probably destroy it. I mean, I'm expecting some of you to have cars, because apparently a lot of you are 35 to 44 years old. Which means you're on your mum and dad's phone. Anyway, you can put the handbrake on and accelerate and spin the front tyres, but... Oh, it's not working. Hold on. I'll change it to have really not grippy tyres. There we go. Oh, this one's good. Now, what I'm doing is I'm oscillating the steering. I think that's what it's called. Where you move left and right to make the car go forwards. And it's a cool trick. And interestingly enough, it can be done on all front-wheel drive cars, and it should only be able to have been done on front-wheel drive cars. But for some reason, if I scroll down and find it, wherever the bloody thing, there it is. You can do it on the S15 Falcon. Oh no, can you not anymore? Oh no, yeah, you can do it on the S15 Falcon. And no, I don't know why either. That's not possible in real life. God, this tune's shit. I forgot this was from when Phoenix made art with it. As a tuned car, this should be quite quick, hopefully. Well, I'm going to rev it up. Oh, it's actually moving already. Right, let's floor it. It's not too bad off the line, actually. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever driven, but it's nothing special. Power is decent. Let's try at the top end. So if we just come around this corner. It feels like it has dropped a little bit in 5th. but not too much. Not that it will have a catastrophically bad effect on it, just a little bit noticeable. And it goes all the way up to 188, which isn't actually too quick, but for a Class 1 car, you know, that's decent. Could be worse. Now, we will test the cornering. Corners. I don't know if Fast and Furious has done toge racing before, but it's about to. Right, off the line with the Eclipse. I've actually got a little route, but I'm not going to use that today. I've just been making race circuits all morning. Right, through the corners. It's not too bad, actually. I'm expecting it to understeer quite a bit because it's a front-wheel drive car. In actuality, it feels quite solid, but there is still definitely a note of understeer in there. In fact, the back end feels quite slippy as well, which isn't right for a front-wheel drive car. I have to admit, I do give CDT a lot of compliments for its physics engine and accuracy, but front-wheel drive, it does not do well, other than the fact that you have to lift off oversteer to actually drift. Speaking of which, let's do just that. I'm not sure if the Fast and Furious movies ever mentioned this, but it's quite difficult to drift front-wheel drive, so let's try it. And of course I've cocked it up. I've made a little tutorial on how to drift front-wheel drive, but it is still quite difficult. Because obviously the power goes to the front wheels, which means the car gets pulled straight. Okay, that's interesting. It does drift relatively well, but I do have a problem with how it gets back into the slide. Because all the weight goes over the front wheels, because this is a front engine car. But all the steering's done by the front wheels as well. Which means that it sort of has the same problem as a 911 would have, only with the front. The front kind of pendulums a lot, which is good and accurate to real life, but the fact is, when I'm drifting, I expect it to go neatly back into the line, whereas with this, it sort of goes from pointing, you know, nice and sideways to swinging back to the centre, which offsets the balance of the car quite a bit. Not the most pleasant experience. Come on, it's a Fast and Furious car, I'd expect better. Although this is quite realistic, so there's a positive. Realisticness. And now it's time for the race circuit. Ideally, we should be doing this in the city race, because, you know, it's a street car that's been tuned. So, city race seems more fair. But, you know, is what it is. We're on the circuit, because that's where we are with every other car I test. Right, we're about to start. Does it spin its wheels when it's like this? No. All four wheels are stopped. And go, off the line. Doesn't move down the side much. Like, when we're on that banked straight, it doesn't get thrown down the side much. And it corners quite neatly as well. I'm impressed. Maybe a little bit too slippy. I don't know why it's slippery, because it shouldn't be. I went way too wide round there. Right, come on. More power. Why? Wait. That's quite good. 43.3 for a Class 1 car that's been tuned, and it's also front-wheel drive. I am impressed. And it's not even like top end of Class 1, it's sort of middle-ish. Middle top. That's really good. I have to admit, as a person that's never watched a Fast and Furious movie, I have to admit, it hasn't hit the mark for me. Because I'm not blinded by nostalgia for those movies, I'm seeing this car as what it is. It's too grippy, and, you know, front-wheel drive and doesn't work properly, and pendulums when you drift it, and yet it's too heavy to corner properly. because it always feels like it's going to drift. Power-wise, it's nothing special, and it feels quite average and forgettable for me. So as a Fast and Furious car, I think there's something I prefer. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow I'll be reviewing the Need for Speed Ford Mustang. But in the meantime, I'm just going to spend like 10-15 minutes wheeling and drifting this because it's fun. And it's a proper Fast and Furious car. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, thank you for watching. Subscribe.